Good evening, everybody! Welcome, Bandit, and Crit, and Tuxedoji. Oh boy, welcome back to Tailor Tales. Oh boy, the last time I tried to play this game, I got through the prologue and then got distracted by the minigames. But I assure you guys, the minigames won't be a distraction anymore. Do you know why? I bought out the entire shop. All of the shops. All of them. How much did this cost me? About servicing, a bit over 400 clients if my math is correct. I did my best. Yes, I am very powerful. Do you want to see me design one more piece of clothes? Sure, let's see what my clients are requesting today. Oh, Karina, you need a cosplay outfit? How about no? Ooh, this looks promising. All right. What's even the main color for this one? Is it some sort of beige? Does that count as yellow? Okay, it doesn't count as yellow. Does it count as white? Orange? Then is it blue? Oh, okay, so the main color is blue, and the pattern is it yellow? Yeah, the pattern is yellow! Oh boy, oh, I think that this is the one. Yeah? And you've got pink boxy sleeves. And of course, gotta have your fur collar with the blue water surface pattern. Excellent taste, ma'am. No, not this one. Let's see. Ah, here it is. Perfect, exactly to their specifications. You see, now I have the power to make their designs look worse. And for that, I got 4,000 coins. Thank you, this'll pay my rent for the month. And as you can see, I've dressed my tailor up in some different clothes. These are the clothes to match our love interests. His name is Neil. We met him as a child, and the description said that he mistook us for a boy, so let's see where that leads. Hi, Biblio! Biblio, I bought out this entire town! Now nothing can stand in the way of my love. Oh, so that's what they mean by needing to earn money to continue. Oh, I thought that you needed to be a specific level or something. Well, you live, you learn. Here I am! In front of me is a small store that used to be a jewelry store, and as of today, it is mine! This is so exciting! I got so excited that I bought everything! Ever since Grandma passed away, I had grown fond of the sewing machine she had left me behind. It spurred me on to sew my own clothes, and found it was actually quite fun! I pursued my interest and went to art school, majoring in fashion. Grandma also left me behind a large inheritance, so I could purchase my own boutique after I finished art school. Oh my god, she could afford both art school and her own independent business! Clover Kiss. Yeah, that's the name of my boutique. Oh, the wish fulfillment in this. It gives me tingles. And this is it, my own boutique. The bottom floor is the storefront, and the floors above are my living area. I hurry and take out my keys to open up the front door. Wow, it looks nothing like the one on my home screen. An empty large room greets me. It's stripped of any personality and it needs some touching up to do. There it is, that's the one on my home screen. I tried especially hard to make it look like we just set out a garage sale outside. It's taken me some time, and along with the help of my best friend Sarah, we finish up the boutique. God, imagine owning a building, right? Oh, welcome, boredom! Oh, I can't believe it's finished, says Sarah as she stretches out. Oh, so this third-person thing isn't just for the prologue. That's kind of weird, but okay, I can roll with it. It looks amazing. Thanks for all your help. Is Sarah a love interest? Oh, please let her be a love interest. I'm really grateful that Sarah also lives in the same city and helped me out. Then again, this is the sort of game where you choose a route at the very beginning, and she wasn't one of them. And it's highly unlikely that she has her own branch that comes from all different routes. Alas. I hope you can find happiness, Sarah. We met each other in college. Sarah majored in photography. She's been a great friend so far. Well, I'm definitely up for a break. Do you want to have a drink somewhere? No drinking on the job. Oh, sure. Do you know anything close by, I ask? Sarah knows the city more than I do. Of course. It's not too far from here. We can get there by foot. We both move out, and I'm happily looking back to see my finished boutique. It's a dream come true. Don't forget to lock the door behind you, or else, Cafe La Bella. We make our way further into the city until we come across a cozy-looking cafe. A little further is a very modern hospital. It's nice to see I live so close to one. You'll never know when you need to go there for an emergency. Grandma. Ooh. Good thing I brought some sweets with me. I know I need to watch my sugar, but it's okay. It's just for today. It's just for today, so it's okay. Me and Sarah enter the cafe. It's quite busy and lively with people having a cup of coffee or people typing away on laptops. Ooh, can I have that whole chocolate cake down there? I actually see a few people in a doctor's coat or a nurse's outfit. I guess they come here to take a break. I'll go find us a seat. Why don't you go stand in line and grab me a cup of coffee? Sure thing. What kind of coffee? Not gonna say? All right. I patiently wait in line, order our drinks, and try to find Sarah again with a tray in my hands. I can see her sitting in the back in one of the booths. I worm my way through a crowd of people, delicately balancing the tray. I've almost made my way over when suddenly someone knocks into me from behind by accident. Oh, a meet cute! Oh, ah! I stumble forwards and the cups of coffee launch themselves off the tray. Right onto a man's sleeve. Oh no, which are we meeting cute with? The one behind me or the one whose sleeve I just spilled? Definitely the sleeves guy, but... Nickelpara just has me thinking about the side characters. I hope that the lost guy is okay. Anyway, this is Neil. Yeah, he yells out in shock. The cups shatter on the floor, silencing the entire cafe. The man in front of me has his white dress shirt covered in one gigantic coffee stain. That is a lot more than just the sleeve. He's rubbing it and wincing in pain. I feel mortified and I rush over to him. I am so sorry! I mean, since this is a visual novel format, it doesn't need these text tags over here. You don't need to specify that somebody shouted something. It should be clear from just the exclamation mark. But anyway, I pull out a tissue from my bag and hand it over to him. There's no need. This is ruined. You ruined it. Oh, he angry. Why did the cafe give you porcelain cups? I guess they're rich here? It was an accident. Please? Please forgive me? Please, Mr. Neil? The man flicks the coffee off his fingers and starts to glare at me. I suppose walking straight is too much of a task for you. This was a real cornière. I mean, I have trouble keeping straight in general. I blush as I recognize the brand name. It's one of the more expensive ones. Why blushy? Like, normally your face would go pale, right? Why blushy? Please be nice to me. Please be nice to me. There's no need to insult me. It was a mistake. I'm doing my best. I can agree that your 2 left feet are a mistake. Sarah has finally come over to see what the commotion is about and steps in front of me. Back off there, buddy. She apologized, no need to snap at her. Sarah is staring him down like a tiger protecting her cubs. The other people in the cafe suddenly stop being interested and return to what they were doing. Oh wow, Sarah has some power, huh? You know, in any other rom-com it would be Neil and Sarah getting together from this confrontation. What's this, she can't speak for herself? I'm sorry. Saying you're sorry doesn't fix anything. Look, I can pay for the dry cleaning bill. I'm rich! I bought my own store already. I'm chasing my dreams. The clerk comes running up and starts picking up the broken pieces of glass from the ground. But not with their hands, right? I bent down to... Not with your hands! Oh my god! Oh my god, please, get a broom. This place has a broom, right? Oh my god. A broom and towels, and don't forget the sign that says that the floor is wet and danger, please watch your step. They need to, what's it called? Get some caution tape so that nobody accidentally steps in it. Oh. Don't pay him any mind, Freya. That's just how some city folk are, rude and obnoxious. I'm a city folk. I made... Alright. All fixed? Alright, where did I cut off? Was it just recently? Anyway, Sarah is also a professional photographer. She's also chasing her dreams. Oh, what a kind world they live in. Awesome. Anyway, the last joke that I made was that it's not too late to change our love interest. She's waxing poetic about all its features, and then suggests we should hold a photo shoot with my designs. Ooh, how much do I pay you? This way she has some pictures to fill up her portfolio, and I get to use them for my own advertising purposes. We both eagerly talk about the specifics of the photo shoot. However, no matter how much I try, I keep wondering about that man, as I do still feel guilty about spilling coffee all over him. That's called anxiety, Freya. He was pretty rude about it, though. I guess city folk really are different. I'm a city folk. Oh, that was it for Chapter 2? I mentioned last time that this has a mobile game feel to it, so I guess the chapters are pretty short so that you can finish one during any sort of break time. You're paying her, right, game? Yes, please pay your photographers! Onegai? City folk, built different. Not better, just different. Things are going smoothly lately. My shop is finally getting some traction among the locals. Yeah, they heard that you'll make anything in exchange for enough money. Anything. Anything. It's not a huge milestone, but people are starting to stop and come by to see what all the fuss is about. As I'm folding some fabric, I suddenly hear the door open. It's a customer rushing inside. Quickly, I head out to greet them with a smile. And yet my manager couldn't find it on the Play Store? Really? I didn't actually check after I streamed it, so maybe I should check it now. Welcome! Oh? Ah! Wait, isn't that the person I spilled coffee all over the other day? Is that why he's here, for reimbursement? Please take all of my money. I have, what, 4,000 gold? Is the currency gold? No, it was coins. I have 4,000 coins? That should be about $40, right? Are you here for the dry cleaning bill? Wait, how did he find me anyway? He has his ways, as all the rich do. He stammers, suddenly taken aback by the question, as if he wasn't prepared to meet me here. Yes, exactly why I came here, to this quaint little shop of yours. So are you a customer or not? The man straightens his back while looking around the store. He puffs his chest out and clicks his tongue disapprovingly, as if he's judging every square inch of it, and it's not up to standards. Oh, I'm sorry, do you have a problem with my indoor astroturf? There's a scowl on his face as he frowns at my layout of the store. I already want to kick him out of Cloverkiss. You can do it. You are well within your rights. After our little run-in the other day, I was forced to dispose of the hideous mess you made that was once called a satin dress shirt. You can clean it, you know. I had to order a new one. That wasn't necessary. I could have paid for the dry cleaning, or even made you a new one in return as an apology for ruining your previous one. Yeah, somebody else could have worn that shirt, you jerk. Don't be obtuse. Creating an entire new one when you can simply buy another one instead. Reduce, reuse, recycle. It's not too late to get another love interest. The man lazily flicks his wrist at me. What does that mean? What's done is done. However, now we can come to the issue of payment. Suddenly, his mouth stops moving. He's noticed a bunch of framed pictures behind the register. They're some of my childhood pictures. I treasure them quite a lot, so I proudly display them. I'm not sure why he stopped to stare, but he takes a few steps closer to investigate. Oh, it's been so many years, but he still remembers that boy from his childhood. Bougie's gonna bouge. I'm almost convinced he's going to nag about my choice in wallpaper, or framing for the pictures, until I notice he doesn't have a scowl on his face as he did before. Do you like my pictures? I ask instead. Do you like these pictures of me as a child? Because that's pretty questionable. You know that's questionable, right, dude? I mean, granted, I shouldn't be displaying personal pictures right there for customers to see, but, Gio's gonna chop? That's not, I mean, I'm positive I recognize this boy. He's looking at a certain picture of me from when I was around 8 years old and going through a tomboy phase. I know I look boyish, but for him to mistake my childhood picture as that of a boy makes me feel a little abashed. Neil? Why would this shopkeeper be keeping a photo of a random boy in her shop? A rich person weird about kids? Deadpan, how shocking. Oh no, you're right, but you shouldn't say it. It is a common mistake, though. I quickly shake my head to reel in my embarrassment. That would be me. No, it's not. Wow! Wow, you're really gonna do this, huh? I'm fairly sure that's a boy, and I met him before. Wow. Taken aback, I blink at him. Met me before? Oh, what do you mean? It's coming back to me. Is it your brother, he asks? However, he doesn't wait for my answer. Oh no. Oh, the toxic masculinity of this dude. I can see the resemblance. I'd almost forgotten what he looked like. The corners of his lips are curled up in a smile, which looks infinitely better than the scowl he's been wearing all this time. Rip out his guts. Right? She could have transitioned! Still, I'm rather confused, so I prod him for some answers. Who are you? And what do you mean by you've almost forgotten? Right, where are my manners? I must have left them behind with my ruined dress shirt! Wow! A man brings a hand to his forehead, shaking his head. Then he looks, straightens his back, looking very impressed with himself. You don't deserve that. The name's Neil. Neil Forrester. You may recognize the last name. Nope, not ringing a bell. I do. Sarah told me some more about the hospital next to the cafe. That it was owned by the Forrester family. They seem to be quite rich, and looking at this person, I'm sure he grew up knowing nothing but riches. Whereas I had to work for my riches. I had to work to buy out this whole town. Do you know how many crimes I've committed? How many fashion crimes? Maybe you were born without them, just like your ruined dress shirt. Yeah, that smirk does make me want to sulk him. It's okay, I'm sure he'll have a gentler smile once he learns to love us. No matter how many chapters that may take. I didn't realize this was their son. What's someone like him doing in my shop? And you are? Oh, right, I'm Freya Fukunaga. And your brother? He asked, not caring much for my own name, apparently. Oh my god, is Neil interested in my brother? Honestly, we stand a by-king. He's looking at the picture again. But, Neil? Neil? Please. And if he was interested in Freya's brother over here, what makes him think that he's endearing himself to the only connection he has with him? I huff, that's not my brother. I already told you that's me, from back when I was about 8 years old. Neil looks at the picture, then back at me, then back at the picture. His face turns into a grimace. Bi comes in all flavors, including jerk. Yeah! Diversity win! This jerk is bi! Wow! Oh, I am going to kick him out of my shop. You lie. In no way does that look like a little girl to me. I feel slighted with the way he accuses me of lying, while at the same time also insinuating that I'm actually a boy. I can feel my cheeks start to redden. He is very aggressive. I don't feel safe around this dude. Let's see. What flavor of rude should I be? What flavor of rude? Where's the option to kick him out of my store? I'm sorry to say, but that's definitely me. I used to look a bit rough and like a tomboy back then, but most definitely a girl. Masaka! Bakana! Not possible. I'm sure of it. We spent the entire night together at the playground until some police officers chased us off. Suddenly, it clicks in my head. The purple hair, those golden eyes. Neil was that little boy from years ago. The one that I met at the playground who had run away from his parents. This was years ago. I'd basically forgotten all about it. Wait, I remember you now, I say with a laugh. Don't laugh. This is no laughing matter. Kick him out. You're that boy who ran away from his parents because they made you study and wear proper clothing. I feel my anger melt away as a wave of nostalgia hits me instead. No, please stay angry. Oh my god. How do you... And his return to them made him a jerk. Yeah, he can't help the way he was raised. But man, am I uninterested. He leans closer to me and narrows his eyes, studying my face with such intensity that I avert my eyes out of embarrassment. He's the perfect distance for headbutting. Stay angry and prep the guillotine. I've never had someone look at me like that before. Sorry about my mother calling your parents over that time. Then again, was the right thing to do. We were young. They say he's still trying to avoid his piercing gaze. Anyway, please get out of my shop. At the sudden realization, the color drains from Neil's face. Good. Be filled with regret. You? I have a name! Oh my god, did you forget my name already? You were so preoccupied thinking about my brother. Yep, that was me. So, how are you feeling now, Neely boy? such a coincidence. Nice to see you all grown up now. Yeah, very mature. I see you've become a very kind-hearted young man. I never imagined that kid was the son of the foresters. There's a scowl on his face like he's been smelling something foul. Neil's face suddenly turns bright red, and he doesn't waste a second to dash out of the store. The door slams shut, leaving me utterly confused. Don't worry about it, Freya. Oh boy. I can keep on going, but if this makes you guys uncomfortable in any way, I don't mind switching love interests either. Oh yeah, and now you can see what I mean by trying to dress a bit like Neil, right? So that we match a bit. Oh boy, should I try to look more like a boy to meet his expectations? But what does a boy look like? They come in all shapes and sizes. Maybe I can make a dress. Something like this. I'm not uncomfy, I just think that he's a butt face because he is. And you can see that you can add all sorts of different patterns around here. And I've unlocked all of the colors too, because apparently I just don't love myself. Everything here is really cool. Highly recommend this game. If just for the customization. You're a ballad? Thank you, Chris. Not uncomfy, but I will continue to hate him for the rest of this playthrough. Yeah, me too. Yeah, you see, you can make cute dresses like this. And even add ribbons. Or, what else do we have? Add a little rose up here. I was getting a drink, what did I miss? You know, just rich people being rich people. And now I'm showing you what sorts of dresses that you can make for yourself. You can add a corset to this, which isn't laces up at all. It'll be rooting for you, Freya, against Neil. Or like gloves. And some frizzled rope. A pentagon. Yeah. This is fashion, baby. I don't actually know if there's a limit to how many details you can add like this. Oh, and you can change the layering too. Gonna have your manager look into this. It might help you pick a streaming outfit. Oh, just pick whatever's comfy for you, okay? That's why I wear a hoodie. So now you can change into this. Oh yeah, and you can wear a skirt and a dress at the same time. And also pants. AT field, yeah. I'm gonna keep this. No, I'm not. Alright, Neil, show us what you got. Because oh boy, you are starting on negative footing. You've got a long climb up. You've got a long climb up. Not knowing many places to sit down and relax, I return to the cafe. You know, where Neil frequents. Some days I need to have a break from all my hard work, so I decide today is a nice enough day to venture outside again and enjoy a nice cup of coffee. When I enter the cafe, I feel a prickle in my neck, like someone's watching me. Stalker. Casually, I scan the area as I stand in line at the counter, looking over at the people seated at the booths. There's actually quite a few nurses having coffee here, probably taking a break. Good for them. That's when I notice a familiar person sticking out. Well, it's hard not to spot him considering he was looking right at me. Neil hurriedly averts his eyes away from me once he notices I've spotted him. So you would have kept looking if I hadn't noticed, huh? Charming. He's seated at the back in the booth, holding a cup of coffee while the other hand is resting on his laptop. He tries hard to make it seem like he's busy and that his eyes didn't meet mine. He's acting as weird as he did when I last saw him exiting my store. Ma'am, may I take your order? Ah, yes! Venti hot chocolate, please, with whipped cream and extra milk. I suddenly snap back from my thoughts and look at the store clerk. Right, I wanted to order a cup of coffee. Spill it on him again. This time on purpose. I quickly recite my order and wait in line. I'm rocking back and forth on my feet. My eyes wander over to a certain purple-haired man. No, don't meet eyes with him. Oh, huh? Neil's eyes lock with mine again, and I can feel a lump form in my throat. Neil, look, you're making her cry. His eyes move away at lightning speed, and he hunches over his own laptop as if he's using it as a shield to hide behind. Mood, but Neil, no. Venti, what? And an emo-infused hot chocolate? What? What? I would trust Venti if he made me a hot chocolate. I don't trust Venti right now, but I would. What is up with him? Why is he acting so weird around me? I realize I ruined his shirt on our first meeting, but I didn't think he'd still be upset about it. No, he's just flabbergasted to find out that he's bi. He thought he was gay this whole time. Just like Chang from Mulan. Maybe I should offer to compensate him again for his shirt. I never really did figure out what to do about it since he stormed off. Yeah, and why was he in the shop to begin with? Like, he never explained that. Was he there to order a new shirt after all? Or did he, like, legit stalk me and want to ask for compensation? I too would trust Venti to make coffee. If Venti made coffee, I have a feeling that he would maybe, just pour vodka into it too. Just for flavor, you know? He's 4,000 years old, he deserves it. No wait, he's not even 4,000, is he? How many thousand years ago was that? Like 7,000? 8,000? Or am I thinking of a different series? I've always wanted to try coffee from a dragon. Ah yes, my favorite room factory for a dragon. The store clerk calls out my attention to hand over my cup of coffee. I purse my lips to blow a bit of steam from the cup, and I hold it securely in my hands, not wanting a repeat of last time's mistake, and then I dump it directly onto Neil's laptop. I look around for a seat, and that's when my eyes once more lock with Neil's. Stop doing that! Self-care, baby! And yet again, he swiftly looks someplace else. Okay, now it's really starting to bother me. Determined, I make my way over to the farthest booth. Oh, look at him, he's baby. Oh my god. Aw. Look, his keyboard doesn't even have the symbols. His keyboard doesn't have the thing where you press shift and 1 to make an exclamation mark. His neck looks off. I just focused on his, like, embarrassed face. Oh, I want to bully him. With each step I take, I can see Neil crouching more and more behind his laptop. When I finally reach the table, I can see his arm covering his head with his face pressed against his keyboard. It's as if he thinks that by hiding like this I won't actually see him. Neil thinks that we're still 8 years old. It all looks rather comical with a dash of stupid. He's trying his best not to acknowledge me. He is trying his best. I cough to make my presence known. With a disgruntled sigh, Neil removes his arm and sits up in a defeated manner. What do you want? What do you want? Why don't you take a picture? It'll last longer. I bite my lip and narrow my eyes at him. And we do our best to bully. I was about to ask you the same thing. Why don't you take a picture so it'll last longer? Your staring is uncomfortable. Do you want to borrow my picture from when I was 8? He jolts straight up and glares at me. I did no such thing. His little, the wrinkle between his eyes. Oh, he looks so angry. Annoyed at his stupid games, I place my saucer on his table. Is it because of your shirt still? I did try and offer you money for it, but you left so fast last time. Did I somehow insult you? Insult me? No, rather you ruined my childhood memories. Ruined? What did he mean by that? He can't believe that the cool boy that he used to play with as a kid grew up to be somebody who could spill coffee. Are you talking about that time when we were at the playground? That was you, wasn't it? The boy, I mean? There were supposed to be 2 boys in that memory of mine. Exactly my thoughts, Vivlio. Well, I'm sorry to tell you that I'm not a boy. There's nothing wrong with my eyes. I can see that you're not a boy. Obviously he didn't. We are both silent for a little while, staring at each other, trying to gauge what the other is thinking. It's Neil who breaks away again, opting to look at his laptop screen instead. He rubs the palm of his hand against his forehead, clearly deep in thought. Now he has to learn to like girls for the sake of the story. Way to go, Freya. I actually played a game like that before. There were a lot of flaws with it, but it had a lot of heart behind it. No, that flash is broken though. I don't think that I could ever stream it. Look, I'm sorry if for some reason I made you believe I was a boy at that time, but I wasn't trying to deceive you. I'm not even sure why it's such a big deal. I thought you'd be happy to meet with me again. I know I am kind of happy to meet someone from my childhood. Why would you be happy about that? Please let memories be memories. You don't want to see how adulthood has affected them. He's wondering how the heck he types a $sign. Oh no. Neil looks appalled at what I said. He suddenly closes his laptop and then gets up from the booth. Doesn't matter, just leave me be. I can forget that day you spilled coffee on me like it never happened if that's what's compelling you to keep talking to me. I am not seeking any compensation. So can you just sign it on this contract over here that promises that you won't seek compensation of any kind? So now, if you'll excuse me, I'll be on my way. There he goes. That coward. Neil quickly walks past me and exits the store. I am baffled by the way he keeps having these dramatic exits and leaving me speechless. Well, I guess I don't have to worry about paying him back for his shirt anymore. Oh, an important client, huh? So there's story-based clients. Important client request? Story-specific clients, which require you to buy items you do not yet own. Oh? There are items I don't own yet? Freya, I have a gift for you. Yeah? Check out your important client, study the design they're asking for, then click the shop icon in the main menu to buy the necessary items to complete the request. and Freya Fitness it is! Alright, time to get buff! This is a Ring Fit stream now? Alright, so, 50 on each arm. Alright, 50 bicep curls on each arm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, out. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. Ooh. Thank you for the fitness, Biblio. I am feeling very buff and sweaty. Oh boy, I can feel the fitness coursing through me. Oh boy, all that lactic acid in my arms. Ah, sweet delicious acid. I did my best! Sometimes important clients grant you gold, but others grant you an outfit you must wear to unlock the next chapter. Oh, so it's like the Gree version of Voltage games. Those also had specific outfits that you needed to purchase to unlock special chapters. So in this case, I guess it's a regular storyline progression. So be sure to check whether or not you must wear a specific outfit. Check the category outfits if the dress is there. Alright. So let's see my special client. Ooh, Daphne, huh? Aw, that looks cute! Knee-length skirt with a jinkum... actually, how do you pronounce that? I never learned. And line is a pink line. You know, since this is a special client, I guess I'll try to match her colors too. Consider this a special service. I wouldn't do this for just anybody, you know? I normally just try to get close enough. The same base color. No, a bit more desaturated than that. No? Your manager's telling me about Shall We Date games? Oh, those are super old school. Or you could get one piece of the clothing to get an average part of the path. Oh, yeah. Is this the right shade? Thank you, Vivlio. Looks good. Oh! Wow, that's 3 times our usual coins. Anytime, Daphne. Alright. So, who's Daphne? After a long day at work, I want to explore what my city has to offer, and I end up at the local park for a casual stroll during the evening. Ah yes, just an average woman going on a stroll at night alone. The park is mostly deserted. I see a couple of people walking their dogs. Freya, did you make sure to take a phone and tell somebody where you're going and bring some pepper spray with you? Because this is the city, you know. This is the city. I sit down on a bench and enjoy the crickets chirping in the background. The night sky is clear and I can see the stars. Like walking around isn't inherently dangerous, but parks are, because you see, there's not a lot of people at parks in the night, but there is a lot of open space and also room to hide behind trees. Freya, be careful. This is clearly a very idealistic world. Yeah, it is. Business has been going fine so far. Somebody paid me $12,000 for a skirt. And the weirdest thing is that the skirt actually looked cute. It's hard work, but somebody's got to do it. But I think I finally settled in a pace that I like. Nothing has really disturbed me from my work, even though sometimes my thoughts wander off to my memories. Memories of a certain purple-haired boy. He doesn't deserve your thoughts. Ever since that day in the coffee shop, I keep thinking of Neil when he was little. The memory has always held a special place in my heart, even though nothing extraordinary happened back then. He was a lost and scared little boy, and I helped him out. Oh man. Is there even anyone that I would feel like this about if I, met them again after 10 years? I guess there was that guy in, I think, first grade or something, where we were playing careers and, I was stressing out because I didn't know what I wanted to be when I grew up. So, he gave me the fireman cap that he was wearing and suggested that we become firemen together. That's, my closest memory to, making a mysterious friend at 8 years old. But I was, 6 years old, and also can't even remember his name. My manager's saying space camp? What space camp? I just never realized he thought I was a boy as well. Regardless, mixing up my gender shouldn't have Neil freaking out so much. But I can't pinpoint exactly what it is that has got Neil in such a tizzy. Where she was freaking out about the flight simulators? You played flight simulators? Not that I can really do anything about it, because I haven't really spoken to him since. I've seen him a couple of times in passing, usually near the hospital. He might work there, but I'm not sure. A dude named Travis helped her. Nevertheless, each time I've seen him, he's either not noticed me, or pretended not to notice me. I'm annoyed by it either way. Forget him, girl! I figured we could be friends after finding out we had met each other before in our childhoods, but I guess I was wrong. Yeah, these things don't stick. Suddenly, I hear someone approach me in the dead of the night, and I stare into the distance to figure out who it is. Run, girl, run! Run faster! About a second later, and I see Neil emerge from the darkness, his head hanging low, looking at the ground. He hasn't even noticed me. He's too engrossed in whatever he's doing. It seems he's looking around for something, because he's checking every spot on the trail and then sighing when there's nothing there. He stops at a trash can and looks around the ground over there, crouching down to get a better view. I chew on my lip, deciding whether or not to call out to him. Then of course I remember the last time we spoke, and he wasn't very welcoming back then. You can look on your own, Neil. In fact, he wanted me to stop talking to him, so should I even bother? Absolutely not! I watch him for a few silent seconds, deciding whether or not to approach him. Flat out ignore him! The game promised at the beginning that there are no bad endings, right? There's just an ending for when you choose to be spunky and one for when you choose to be kind. Somehow, this will lead to a good ending. He hasn't really been all that polite to me, so I'm just going to ignore him. Try as I might, I can't help but watch him in the corner of my eye. He is really trying to find something. Is he looking for his sense of decency? Isn't dating Neil the bad end? Soon enough, he's at the bench where I'm sitting. Surprise washes over him as he finally notices me. Took him long enough. He shuffles on his feet a bit, then clears his throat to get my attention. Excuse me, have you seen a silver watch around here? How do you lose a whole watch? I lift up my chin with a huff and ignore his question. See how he likes being ignored for a change. Neil glares at me. Fine, I'm an adult. I don't need your help. He continues to look around, ignoring me. It's so hard to get along with him. I guess having met each other when we were kids doesn't mean we get to be friends when we're adults. Yeah, you think? The thought leaves me a little sad. the band can break, and like he wouldn't notice right away the weight? I try my best to ignore Neil, but I'm starting to feel unwelcome here, what with the way he's deliberately not looking at me or searching in my general area. Which should not occur on a silver watch, right? I decide to leave. No point in staying when I can't enjoy the peace and quiet of the night with someone rustling behind me. So, I get up from the wooden bench, dust off my clothes, and start to leave. I walk in a faster pace because I really don't like how I can feel Neil's eyes burning a hole in my back. That's also when I hear the piercing sound of shattering glass. Oh dear! I look down at my feet. It seems the heel of my shoe has been driven into the glass of a silver watch. My mouth slowly shapes into an O. Ah. What a shame. Anyway, this isn't my business. I think I found your watch. Didn't notice it, just carry on watching. Carry on walking. Yeah, that's what I want to do. I take a small step sideways and pick up the broken and expensive-looking watch. There is a huge crack in the glass. I grimace at it. I mean, it's okay. Just the glass should be fine, right? I mean, is this an analog or a digital watch? Like, as long as none of the inner workings are broken, then, like, it shouldn't take too much to fix it, I think? I don't know anything about watchmaking. That is what he gets for not being mature. I think you may be doing this on purpose, says Neil as he has gotten caught up with me. Honestly, you would deserve it. Well, I definitely didn't do it on purpose, but I'm sure Neil will think whatever he wants to think. Now you're starting to get it, Freya. He snatches the watch out of my hands and inspects it, his eyes studying the broken glass. I cringe in anticipation of what he's going to say. I require you to pay for a replacement as soon as possible. No problem, somebody paid me $12,000. I want to protest, but I know I have no leg to stand on. I sheepishly nod my head. How much was it? Around 6,000 pounds. How much is that in dollars? I mean, no matter how many dollars that is, that seems like way too much for a watch. Oh my god, my dude. Look, just get a bootleg. Nobody can tell the difference. What? I don't have that kind of money to spend, I shriek out. That's way too much. Excuse me? Freya, you bought out this entire town. You can afford to buy more. You should have thought about that before your heel punctured my watch, he says coolly. I'm not even wearing heels. I'm wearing flats. A watch that falls off and breaks, no less. But I want to be kind this time. Look, I'm sorry about your watch. Maybe it's some sort of family heirloom. I'm sorry it was an accident. I didn't see it. Oh, those are euros and about $7,050. Ah! You didn't see the watch that you clearly knew I was looking for, sure. Perhaps you need an appointment with an optician. My PC could have been wearing glasses right now. Neil. I've seen you trip over your own two left feet to spill coffee over me. Then that same foot was used to shatter my watch. Clearly you are in dire need of glasses, he continues his verbal assault. The squiggly E-looking thing is pounds, and the other squiggly E-looking thing is dollars. And that foot's gonna kick you now. I feel myself drink at his words, unable to really say anything back to him. Euros? Which of the squiggly-looking E's is euros? Yes, I've acted clumsy lately, but it wasn't on purpose. Those were honest mistakes that could happen to anyone. Freya, start crying! Start crying right now! Make him feel super sorry for you! Make him feel so embarrassed that he runs off. Again! Okay, so the second weird squiggly E is euros. Okay, got it. What do you want to do now? Apologize again, I asked. In that case, if this is set in Europe, it's interesting how they're using the American spelling of apologize. Yeah, the squiggly E is Great British pounds. The other squiggly E is euro, and the S with a strike is dollar. Yeah. I don't know how to please this person. Yeah, and the Y is yen. And the P with a strike through it is poke dollars. Neil brings a hand to his forehead and sighs. I'll contact you again regarding the watch, and I hope by then you've learned to walk on 2 feet again. Hey, what if I'm a mermaid? You thought about that? Because that's an option in this game. Neil gives me a pointed glare and then leaves the park. I stomp the ground when he's out of my sight. What a mean jerk. There's no need to keep insulting me, even though I ruined 2 personal items of his. If he can treat me like a human being, then maybe I'll cooperate with him. I'm a mermaid? Yeah, Chris is a mermaid! Don't be mermaid phobic! I wonder how many times we've chosen kind versus fierce. We've chosen kind 5 times. I think that we need to be more fierce. Neil is a jerk! Do you want to stay dressed as him? What if I change my outfit? I have set up some things to look like Renata from Niji Sanji because she's my favorite. I love her. The mermaid legs kept. There's socks, right? Socks! There we go. Primo gems. Alright, let's keep going. It's been a few days since my last encounter with Neil at the park, and I've all but put the memories of it behind me, secretly hoping he'll just forget about it, and forget about me. Move on, Neil. I've been quite busy with my store. There's been a new shipment of fabric, and I'm excited at all the color and textures I have available at my fingertips. All of them. I lay them all on the counter, wondering what I should create with them. The bell rings and I look up at the door. I stop dead in my tracks when I see it's Neil again. You're not welcome, Neil. Oh no, he's come for his watch, hasn't he? Just when I put him out of my mind, he's here to remind me again of what transpired. Neil looks around the store a little bit before his gaze settles on me. Good day, Freya. I hope you're in better control of your balance today since the last time we met. Get out of my store. If I'm not, I'll be sure to step on your feet this time, I reply. Neil clicks his tongue at me, then leans his elbows onto the counter. Hey! Clasping his hands together and resting his chin on top. Hey, personal space! Get your dirty mitts off the counter! He looks over at me, studying me with his eyes. I suddenly feel a little defenseless. Let's talk about my watch. Let's talk about your face. Get it away from mine. I swallow, knowing this was coming. Luckily, I am not daft enough to forget to insure such an expensive item, especially one with sentimental value. I've contacted my insurance company and will get the full amount reimbursed. I look at him blankly. Okay, that's it? He got the money back? Oh, that's definitely a load off my back. This doesn't mean you're absolved of any responsibility, Neil says in a much more serious tone. He casts his eyes down to the counter, and his fingers hover over my new fabric. He seems a bit intrigued. You did still break a personal item of mine. And pray tell, what would you like me to do about that? You've already had the money refunded, there's nothing much else I can do. Unless you want to say you somehow managed to cut your finger on the broken piece of glass and want to be reimbursed for that too. Neil frowns at me, then shakes his head a little, licking his tongue dismissively at him again. Dismissively at me again. Don't click your tongue at me, mister, I'm not a dog. I'm not sure if such a tiny piece of glass could ever pose a threat to me, but I'm glad you are concerned about my well-being. That's a step above yesterday's attitude. Really? Hi, DG the panda. Hello, we're playing an otome game. Except I don't like the love interest that I've chosen. But oh well, that's just how things are sometimes. On the one hand, I can be mean because he deserves it. He deserves it a lot. But if I act super nice to him, then that means that he'll feel even more guilty when the time comes when he realizes he's being a jerk. Mistakes were made indeed. You don't have to be so mean about it. I'm gonna cry. You want me to praise you for destroying my watch, he says dully. You bully! Should I have complimented you instead that you somehow magically knew the exact spot to drive that 3-inch... Oh my god, we're wearing 3-inch heels? That's really impressive. Of yours through the center of the glass? 3 whole inches. Oh my god. Like, I can barely manage half an inch. Wow. Good going, Freya. Because consider it done, you did a fine job at wrecking my watch. I cringe. He does a fine job at making me feel small and insignificant, like everything I do is wrong. That's exactly what you want in a partner, right? His words cut like a sword. I feel like I can't compete and talk back. This is what you want in a partner, right? What do you want? Neil straightens his back. Last time, you mentioned that you'd make me a dress shirt, correct? Don't answer that. It seems an opportunity presented itself, and while I do have my own tailor who has delivered some of the best work in the country, perhaps I can make use of your... skills. Wow. I can feel his words sting with venom. He's mocking me, looking down on me. I'll make the best shirt you've ever worn. Speaking of which, Neil, have you ever heard the tale of Medea? You know, how Medea dealt with the princess of Crete? Wait, it wasn't Crete, was it? Corinth. Yeah, it was Corinth. Have you ever heard of Medea and the princess of Corinth? And what exactly do you want? I ask, ready to decline his offer. A well-tailored blazer, Neil says as he puffs out his chest to make a point. If it's adequate and to my taste, I can forgive your previous actions. We can make you a shirt and sew you into it. I want to decline so badly. I do not care much for Neil's pompous attitude and the way he's subtly mocking my tailoring skills. However, I also realize I've destroyed an expensive watch of his, and a mere sorry won't do. Plus, it seems like he won't leave me alone. So I sigh and hang my head down. Alright, I say, we'll make you a blazer on the house. Splendid. The sooner you finish this, the sooner you can return to... this. Hey! Be nice to Manny the mannequin. Be nice. Manny is my pal. Neil shakes his head a little. What's this doing over here anyway? You would create a much bigger impression. Is he asking why we have a mannequin? I'm sorry, Neil, we can't afford live supermodels posing in front of our store all the time. Suddenly, Neil grabs hold of the mannequin and moves it away from the counter. Hey, don't just move things around in my store! Don't move Manny without consent! Neil drops it at a place near the entrance where the sunlight hits it. See, the way the light falls from the windows of the door would make this the perfect spot to highlight your latest fashion. No one asked you to start touching and moving our mannequins around. Put it back. He's right, but he didn't need to say it. Oh, see you later, Freya? Alright, bye, Chris! I look over to where Neil is, and I suddenly see his point. Placing the mannequin into the direct sunlight gives a bigger impression, and makes the layout of the store more harmonious as well. Oh, it doesn't look too bad. Wait, Freya, were you not placing the mannequins by the window and sunlight before? I mean, I know that there are these two next to the counter, but do you only have mannequins next to the counter? Freya? Neil grins at me. Are you sure you want me to put it back, he asks. Just for that, yes. I have this sudden urge to wipe that smug look off his face. I scrunch up my nose. No, leave it. Just stop touching my things. You know what? I'll return another time for the measurements. How about next Friday? Oh, Is he trying to set up a date? It's not like I can say no, so I nod my head at him. Friday is fine, I guess. Very well, I'll see you then. Good day. Neil fixes his collar, then looks at the mannequin with a nod and leaves the store. Can you believe this guy, Manny? I am never gonna get rid of this guy, am I? Well, are we gonna have Neil as a special customer now? No? Okay. Today, Sarah has decided to come over and take some pictures with me. I use her skills as a photographer to get the best shots of my clothing line, then use them to advertise my boutique by spreading flyers. It's been working pretty well, and me and Sarah are just now wrapping up another photo shoot that took place in my back room. We have a back room? We can afford a model? Hang on, just a second, taking a sip. We could afford art school, and also our own independent store, and a model? I put on a few outfits myself as well, it was fun, and we're attractive enough to model our own clothing. Oh, this world's so gentle. I am in love with the Sinon 20D, she says as she's looking through the viewfinder of her recently purchased camera. Yes, the Sinon. I'm sure you've been non-stop gushing about it since you got it, I reply. I know, but you don't understand how great it is. The picture quality is amazing, and it's the most compact and lightweight camera yet in the series. So what are its specs? I simply smile at Sarah as she goes off on all the technical details about her camera. I don't really understand much about it, but I'm grateful Sarah helped me stage photo shoots to show off my clothes. Without her, I don't know if I'd get any customers visiting the store at all. You know, looking at your pictures, you could simply be a model instead. We've got the height for it, huh? Thanks, Sarah. Thanks. I smile sheepishly at Sarah for the compliment. I prefer making the clothes instead of wearing it. I'm only doing this for the publicity. I know. I'm not complaining though. At least you're a friendly face. Oh, does Sarah think that we're pretty? Hi, sweets! Most of my customers are vain models who think they're the hottest thing on earth. Divas in the making. They'll even try to get me to work for them for free for exposure, they say. Sarah shakes her head in disagreement, then goes back to looking through her camera lens. There's a creep staring at us. I blink at her. Excuse me? Yes, that's just Neil. Sarah fixes the zoom on her lens, still looking through the viewfinder. Yep, purple-haired dude right outside looking at you. Isn't that the same guy from the cafe? She snaps a picture. As evidence. I whip my head around and look over the near windows, but don't see anyone. Huh? There isn't anyone there. Are you sure you saw someone? Sarah walks up to me and shows the LCD screen of her camera. It has the last picture she took displayed on it. See? The picture quality is so great that I can see with 100% certainty that it is Neil who is standing in front of my store, shielding his eyes from the sun to get a better look. Neil. His face looks oddly weird. I'm confused why he's peeking through my window. It's not Friday yet. He is peeking through my window? Isn't that the same guy from the cafe? Has he been harassing you? Want me to beat him up for you? Please do. Yes. Oh, no need. I think. Please go ahead. Please. Yes. A bumpkin like you won't even recognize a dangerous situation even if it hit you in the face. We're city folk here, it's different. I am also a city folk! I legitimately don't remember anything from the prologue that would indicate that we were from the countryside. Because, you know, we lived in, like, a 2-floor home. We were, like, just a short walk away from a park. Our grandma was at a pretty high-tech hospital. Sarah? How different? Sarah shrugs her shoulders at me. Dangerous. We get creeps here just prowling around looking for some pretty girl they can get their hands on. I frown at her and feel an odd chill run down my back. I'm sure that's not going to happen. Oh, geez, I really hope that subplot doesn't happen. As you could guess from my London Detective Mysteria playthrough, I am not entirely comfortable with those sorts of scenes. Neil doesn't seem to be like that, I think. I only feel the sting of his words sometimes. Yeah, and verbal is better than physical, isn't it? Freya, no! Sarah puts her finger up in my face like a warning sign. See, that naivety is going to get you in trouble someday. Just be careful, okay? If someone's bothering you, let me know. I will beat them up! I smile at her and give her a light slap on the arm. You just want to be a hero for the pretty girl. Look, they're flirting! Are we sure that Sarah doesn't have a root? Sarah grins at me. You know it. She tucks her camera inside of her bag. Anyways, I'll send you the pictures once I edit them. I'm sure they turned out awesomely. She sighs longingly. The scene on 20D, my true love. Oh, when will we win out over the camera? Oh no, how do we win out over a camera? Get a room, I joke. Oh, so that's what the dark room is for. Sarah winks at me and says goodbye. Actually, is it a digital camera or what's the other sort of camera? The non-digital camera. What's it called? Because the word that I keep thinking of is acoustic camera, but I'm pretty sure that's not right. Oh, once she's gone, I wonder about what she said about creeps and whatnot. Is it really that dangerous in this city? I haven't really felt uncomfortable or scared at all so far, even when I really should have been, alone at the park at night, hearing mysterious sounds behind me. Neil isn't dangerous, although I do question why he was outside my store just now, as he has no reason to be there, not until Friday anyways. Maybe he is a stalker or something. I decide to head outside my store and have a look around, but I see no one. It's quite puzzling why Neil was here just a moment ago. I head back inside. I've got better things to do. Time passes by as I continue tending to my store, and eventually I place the closed sign at the entrance and turn off the lights. Today was an okay day for business. I hope the pictures that Sarah took will help me out and boost my sales. I'll just need to spread the flyers around myself once I've gotten them printed. Wanting to take a well-deserved break, I head on over to the cafe. The sun is setting in the background, making everything low and nice and calming orange. As soon as I reach the cafe, I spot someone familiar in the distance. Enemy spotted! My eyes bulge out a little bit as I realize it's Neil. No way, is Sarah right? Is he some creep stalking me? You just realized? I stop walking, almost considering to turn around and walk the other way, but then someone else enters the scene. A nurse emerges from the hospital next to the cafe, running over towards Neil, waving a clipboard at him. He turns around to address the nurse, and they seem to be heavily engaged in some kind of dispute. There's some heated words being thrown around, and I can tell Neil does not want to be there. Eventually, Neil signs something on the clipboard and quickly paces away from the nurse. I almost said quickly passes away. Neil signs something on the clipboard and quickly passes away. Rest in peace. Of course, that also means he's heading straight towards me. When he finally notices me, I see genuine surprise on his face, but it's immediately replaced by an angry frown. How dare you appear before me, in my town? Ah, great, another incompetent person who always messes up. And I thought I was already finished with work. Ah, do you want that shirt or not? I'm taken aback at his words and sarcasm. It's not like I warranted that kind of response by simply being near him in his presence. I haven't done anything yet. I mean, I think that if we tell him that we saw him outside the boutique, he'll just deny it and say that not everything is about us. And I think that would be the most uncomfortable, so reluctantly gonna be nice to him. But Mr. Neil, a heart rate of 420/6, I don't care what it is except awesome. Giving him the benefit of the doubt, perhaps he was just having a bad day, I decide to ask him about the nurse. Are you angry because of something the nurse said? Neil simply gives me a loud and disgruntled huff. That's none of your business. I was being nice. You wouldn't know anything about that, would you? I am getting sick of hearing Neil say it's none of my business when he is making it my business. Well, whatever happened, you didn't need to take it out on me. Imagine after a long day at work, trying to fix someone else's mess, you come across another incompetent person who's been known to make a mess before. Of course I'm not going to be in a very jolly mood. He's acting like I'm some sort of stampeding bull in a china store. Just a walking disaster waiting to happen. He just happened to witness 2 accidents caused by me. That doesn't mean I'm like this all of the time. We all make mistakes, I say shyly. Why shyly? Slap him. Your mistake cost me 6,000 euros. You said you got reimbursed for that. Neil's golden eyes narrow at me, and I can see he's trying to hold himself back from showing too much emotion. Really? Because he's been showing me plenty of emotion. He takes in a deep breath, closing his eyes entirely. And they would very much like to know who the idiot was that broke it in the first place so they can send you the bill instead. Now, unless you'd like to pay that 6,000 euro bill, I suggest you hold your tongue and do as I say on Friday. I look down on the pavement feeling angry but unable to speak up, as I know he's in the right, and I hate it. Thanks, I hate it! Instead of saying another word, I simply shoot him a dirty look. Have a nice evening, Miss Fukunaga. Neil briskly walks away and I'm left behind feeling irritated once more. What a jerk. Are you feeling the romantic chemistry, everybody? The pictures that Sarah took of me last week turned out pretty well. They even got a lot of traction on social media and boosted my sales somewhat. Not by any substantial amount, but enough to see a difference. Sarah has had to deal with me ranting about a certain jerk with no manners these past couple of days. He was simply so rude to me that day, it still leaves me fuming. As you should be. What's the meme channel? Oh yeah, I just made that today. Enjoy the meme channel. Of course, Sarah offered to beat him up for me again, and this time I almost took her up on her offer. But I'd rather not give him more fuel to blackmail me. Ah, smart. I'd do almost anything to see him get knocked down a peg or two. Also, I didn't know where Neil lived or worked for a while, until Sarah reminded me of his last name, Forrester. We seriously forgot it, huh? The Forresters own the hospital, so I guess Neil must work there if I always seem to run into him in the surrounding area. Nonetheless, realizing where he works doesn't matter much to my current predicament, because today is Friday. Yep, Neil is supposed to be coming over for his measurements, and I'm not looking forward to this one bit. Is he going to be snappy towards me again and insulting me like last time? I really don't want to find out. The bell jingle disturbs me from my thoughts, and I look up at the entrance. It's just another customer. I sigh. I help my customer buy a dress, and once more, I'm left alone in the store. It's a slow day. My eyes dart over towards my childhood pictures, and I recall the time when I met Neil when he was just a little boy. He seemed so sweet and scared back then, nothing like he is right now. Now he's just a spoiled rich brat who doesn't know how to exercise common decency. I huff. I wonder if this could have anything to do with, the parents that he told me about, who wants him to be super proper and stuff. I wonder if this has anything to do with his, raised rich upbringing. I'm sure it's unrelated. A feeling of dread wells up in my stomach the longer the hours tick by. It's closing time and I've already put up the closed sign, and Neil hasn't shown up. Is he standing me up on my first date? Even if I wanted to berate him for being late, there's no way to contact him. It's not like I have his phone number. I'm not even sure I even want his phone number. Of course he has the nerve to show up right as I'm closing. You're late, I say. Neil fixes the cuffs of his sleeve as he walks over to the counter, a habit he seems to keep repeating. I don't remember agreeing on an appointed time slot for today. I'm not in the mood for this, as it clearly shows on my face. Neil simply exhales loudly. Let's just get this started. I gesture towards the back, where my sewing room is located. The sooner I can get this over with, the sooner I have Neil out of my hair. So, can we make him a beautiful blazer? We both walk in this awkward silence, and once I shut the door behind me, it's just me and Neil in this tiny cramped sewing room. Honestly, what have I gotten myself into? Neil stands in the middle, surveying everything with a critical eye, and I wish I had taken the time to clean up and organize everything before he could judge me for being messy. In what way is this messy, girl? Oh my god! I walk towards my crafting table and pick up my sketchbook along with a pencil, and then I craft an iron pickaxe. First things first, get a design he likes. Alright, can you tell me a little bit about the kind of blazer you'd like? I ask in a bored voice. Elegant, simple, streamlined, the most expensive and durable fabric, dark gray, and in other words, perfection. So in other words, a lot like the vest that you're wearing right now? My pencil hits the sketchbook. I'm not really gonna pay any mind to the most expensive fabric part, nor the perfection part, but at least I've got something to work with. Priorities straight. I quickly sketch out a regular blazer, one of the most popular patterns. Neil waggles his finger at me. No. Wow! Wagging your finger at the help, huh, Neil? Do you think I'd be okay with commonly store-bought blazers? No, try harder. It needs more finesse. What does finesse even mean, Neil? It needs more finesse. I'm so sorry that this design isn't up to your standards, Your Majesty. What does a royal king like you think is adequate enough? I think that I should remind you guys that this is a romance game and I'm playing it accordingly. I'm sorry. Neil gives me an annoyed look, not liking the fact that I'm mocking his stupid demands. Perhaps I'm asking too much of a simple tailor such as yourself. I guess I need to lower my standards and ask for a design that doesn't require much skill. How much skill do you think designing a blazer needs, Neil? Because I can tell you right now, you are really underestimating it. His words sting as they usually do, and I am immediately defensive. No, I can do it. Stop laying right into his hands, Freya. Oh no. Oh no. I'm annoyed by him and everything he says, the way he undermines my skill and thinks he's some kind of big shot around town, as if he owns the place. I own the place. Well, he's in my territory now. I'll show him. I'll make a blazer that will make him gape in awe. And then I won't sell it to him. I'll make him a mediocre blazer in return for the watch, and then I'll make the best blazer in the world, and say that it's for everyone except for Neil Forrester. Really determined, I get back to sketching out several blazer designs. I try to put an elegant twist to it, hoping to satisfy his outrageous demands. When I finished a few, I show it to Neil, turning the sketchbook towards him. It's almost as if I'm waiting for his approval or praise, and that kind of bugs me, as it should. His golden eyes glaze over the paper, inspecting the designs. He's got an interested look on his face as he leans closer over the table. Hey, stay seated! If you could... Neil then tried... Hey! This jerk! His fingers brush over mine and he immediately jerks back, dumping the pencil out of my hand. I'll kill you. It lands on the floor with a dull thud. It's okay, Neil, I won't really kill you. That's just, plebeian humor. You understand, don't you? The humor of the masses. He quickly bends down to grab it without another word. I wonder what that was about? Is touching me so below him or something? I stare him down when he gets back up with the pencil. He tries to pass off like nothing has happened and then makes a few adjustments on some of my sketches, albeit in a very childish way. Do it like this? There are some weird doodles all over my original sketch. You are definitely the next Picasso. I wouldn't have to be if you got it right the first time! Oh my god. Now, something like this is to my taste. I'm going to presume you don't have much high-quality fabrics lying around here, so I want to sample the fabric before you purchase it. Do you want me to send it over to you with priority? Yes, I'd like that. Cool. Be sure to reimburse me for that. I was joking. I didn't know you could joke. Neil and I stare at each other for a while, a tension building up between us. He's got this poker face on, and it's hard to guess what's going on in his mind. Then again, maybe it's not hard to guess. All I know is that Neil sure likes to mock me and command me around. He sure does. We'll worry about the fabric later. I just need to get your measurements first. This is the part I've been personally anguishing at night about, getting up close and personal with Neil. Very well, take my measurements. Neil claps his hands together. He walks to the middle of the room expecting me to start. He's acting like he's in charge, and that's taking me off just a tiny bit. This is my boutique. He'll have to do what I tell him, not the other way around. I could tell him to take off his shirt, for example, not that I need to. I can take measurements through his shirt just fine, but it's for science. Is it just to make him uncomfortable, Freya? Because honestly, I'm not comfortable with that. Yeah, let's keep the shirt on. Yeah, we don't want to get weird with him. We don't want to abuse our power to just, sexually harass him. Don't do that. I take out my measuring tape and I step closer to him. His eyes are following my every move. It's unnerving. Turn around, I say. When he actually does turn around, I'm quite surprised. I expected him to reply with some witty comeback. I shake my head at myself and then place my tape against the nape of his neck, and Neil flinches at my touch. I frown at his back. Did I accidentally scratch you? I ask him, unsure. Oh, is he, what's the word for touch phobia? Aw, Neil. No, it's nothing. Continue. If I make you uncomfortable, let me know. I said it's nothing. Man. Alright, if he says so. I pull the tape all the way down and note the measurements. Arms up, I say, tapping his arm with my hand. T-pose. Again, he flinches away from me, but doesn't make a sound or say anything. It's so peculiar. Maybe he isn't quite used to someone touching him while being measured? He raises his arms and stretches them out, so that I can reach all the way around him and wrap the tape around his chest. I tighten it and press the palm of my hand against his back. He arches his back the more pressure I exert, almost as if I'm slightly pushing him away. Maybe I should try and relax him, as he seems on edge around me. As he should be. He knows that he's exposing his back to us, and that's dangerous. So, do you work at the hospital? I ask, trying to distract myself from the awkward silence. Neil rolls his shoulders after I pull the tape off of him. Why would you need to know that information? Oh, you know, stuff. Don't worry about it. I glare at his back while I note down the measurements again. Well, fine, don't tell me, Mr. Fancy Pants. Turn around, please. I grab his upper arm, noticing his skin jump when I do, and spin her around so he faces me. Neil's making this weird face and refuses to look at me. My family owns it. That's all I'll say about that matter. So what's this blazer for anyway? Any special occasion, I ask, only slightly interested in the answer. Is he attending a wedding? You ask too many questions. We really do. We don't care about his life, stop asking about it. And you don't answer enough, I say with a huff. If I know what the occasion is for, then I can create a fitting design for it. Dinner, family dinner, he says gruffly. With your parents? Yes. Ah, so he's having dinner with his parents. Ah, so they live separately. His parents are the Foresters, they own the hospital. I do wonder what Neil does at the hospital, but getting an answer out of him is like pulling teeth. I lower my body and tighten the tape around his waist, my eyes focused on the numbers. I try to take his measurements of his waist, but that's when I notice how tense Neil is. He's sucking in his stomach. Wow! Trying to look thinner, huh, Neil? Stop sucking in your stomach! I don't care if you got a bit of a gut, I need your real measurements. This is not going to work out if I get the wrong numbers. Not that I particularly care if he wears a blazer that's too tight on him. I am doing no such thing, and my body is perfectly healthy for your information. He's really doing this with a professional. Oh. I straighten up and look at him, to which he immediately turns his head away. You're tense? Just relax. How can one relax when being prodded and poked and spun around like a ballerina? Hey, you're no ballerina. He can't relax around me? For some reason, this makes me gleeful. Like I finally have the upper hand after he's been such a jerk to me. Good. Then squirm. Just breathe out and let me measure your waist. Measure your waist. Neil takes a big breath and slowly exhales. His reactions are giving me this itch, like I want to touch him more. I tighten the tape around him and take a step closer, putting myself up close and personal with him. His neck is right there, exposed. I've been trying to avoid getting too close to Neil this whole time, but that was before I knew how much he'd fidget if I'd be up in his face. Neil awkwardly turns his face away with a cough. Are you okay? I ask him, a light smirk playing on my lips. Like I said before, I can stop if you're becoming uncomfortable. Freya, I'm doing you a discomfort. I'm fine. Well, if he says it's alright, I'm sure he doesn't mind if I slow down my actions to drag it out as much as possible. Freya. It's like he's revealed his weakness to me, and I can't help but want to prod and poke him. I want to tease him. I mean, so do I, though. I linger with my touch here and there, though still noting down actual measurements. He's fidgeting, but for some reason he's not telling me to stop. My eyes wander over to his neck. I can see he's got goosebumps. Wait, that's not the kind of reaction I was expecting. Is he nervous? Tease him with needles. Oh yeah, just give him some surprise acupuncture. Neil notices my staring and quickly covers his neck with his hand. Are you sure you even went to fashion school? You should have been done by now. You're only taking the measurements of a human, not the whole world. Never mind, keep doing it. Alright, time to wrap this up. I measure his inseam one last time and then give him a pat on the back. Is that how you spell inseam? I thought that it would be seam like S-E-A-M. Weird. Done! I didn't expect Neil to jump away from me in reaction to the pat on his arm. I barely have time to register that his feet get caught in my tape and he topples over. Neil reaches out to me to stabilize himself. Now who has two left feet, Neil? His weight is too much for me to suddenly bear, and he brings up both of us down to the floor with a loud thump. CG time? Who's this? What hair is this? Neil's head crashes against the mirror behind him, and I collapse on top of him. I look at him in surprise. He gives me a similar look in return. I seem to be straddling his waist, and I'm way too close to his face. This is very bad. This is yabai. Neil's heartbeat thumps under my hand. Are you alright? I decide to ask once the shock wears off. Get off of him, Freya! He turns his head away from my gaze. Could you get off me now? Yeah, I want to get up too. I remove my hand from his chest in the mirror and pick myself up, standing straight in front of him. I can see how the tape measure is awkwardly entangled with his feet. It was simply dumb luck that he managed to trip over it. I quickly remove it from his shoes so he won't trip all over himself a second time when he gets up. Neil recovers from his mishap and stands up straight and tall. If he wasn't feeling awkward before all my prodding and poking, then he definitely is right now. Then perish. Seems I'm not the only one with two left feet, I joke. Ah, Freya, you say it as a joke, but I am completely serious. Let's never speak of this again. For some reason, I don't have much faith in your measurements. I could tell you had to measure some parts again. Oh no, I was doing that on purpose. He rubs his arm while glaring at me. I smile at him, knowing exactly why I went over some areas twice. We'll just have to find out now, won't we? If you got the wrong measurements, I demand you create me an entire new suit. Haha. Right, sure, whatever, Your Majesty. And don't call me that! Oh, it seems I got under his skin. This is kind of fun annoying him like this. Your Majesty? Neil angrily stomps his foot on the ground like a petulant child. You see? It doesn't feel good when people tell you no, does it, Neil? Any of those are unacceptable. So you're putting your foot down about this, huh? You're saying that somebody is being incorrect about how you should be referred to? Really? He then quickly composes himself. You may call me. Yeah, I'm sticking with your majesty. And before he can get another word in, I circle around him and start pushing him by shoving my hands against his back. I get a small rush of satisfaction when I feel his skin twitch under my fingers. Get your hands off of me. Time to leave now. I'll let you know which fabric I've chosen, but right now it's closing time, so get out. I keep pushing him out of my room until one final shove puts him near the entrance of the store. He turns around, anger flashing in his face, and his ears are tinted with red. He wants to say something, but then immediately bites down on his lips and then opens the door to leave. Good night! As I stand there all alone, a grin creeps up on my face. I got under Neil's skin. Good. He deserves it for treating me like that. Time to make a blazer now, right? Huh? No, we don't have the design part yet? But I want to do the design minigame for Neil's blazer. The shipment of fabric swatches for Neil's blazer came in the mail today. As I stand there holding fabric swatches in my hand, wondering what I should pick for Neil's blazer, I realize I don't have any way of contacting him. Should have thought about that. So far I've only run into him by chance, or he came over to my place himself. This time we didn't set another appointment, so I can't really show him these swatches. Is that what he was telling me to wait for? What a pain. Now I have to actually go out and find him. I'm pretty sure he'd raise a huge stink over selecting a fabric without consulting him. How annoying. I guess I should start looking at the hospital, ask around for him, see if he's there. Maybe I'll get lucky. With that in mind, I grab the swatches, place the closed sign at my door, and lock up shop. The Kleiner Medical Center. Not the Forrester? There it is, Kleiner Medical Center, the one Neil seems to work at. The entrance seems a little daunting, considering I really have no business at the hospital. Still, I do need to find the courage to find the man before he continues to stalk my store windows again. I gather my courage and step inside the hospital. It's the first time I've been here, and I'm greeted by a white lobby with very tall ceilings. The hospital seems fairly calm. Only a few people seem to be going in and leaving. No sign of a certain man with purple hair. I wonder what position Neil has at the hospital. Surely he can't be a doctor. I refuse to believe someone as petty and mean as him could ever be allowed to be a doctor. Awkwardly, I make my way over to the receptionist, who's in the middle of helping someone else, so I patiently wait in line. When it's my turn, the receptionist beckons me over. How may I help you today? Yes, I'm looking for Neil Forrester. Is he here by any chance? Maybe they won't even tell me if he's here or not, or perhaps not even allowed to, but it's worth a shot. Mr. Forrester is currently present, but he is busy in a meeting at the moment. Would you like for me to leave a message behind? Please leave your name and telephone number after the beep. Hearing him be referred to as Mr. Forrester kind of creeps me out. It doesn't suit him. Yes, could you tell him Freya Fukunaga? And that's when I notice it, Neil's voice. I turn my head and see a group of businessmen walking out the elevator. Among them is Neil. Freya! Freya, oh my god! He's in a business meeting! What are you doing? Just leave a message! This isn't urgent! This can wait! Oh no. I find myself quickly taking a seat near the window so that I can inconspicuously look at Neil, who's decided to wait in the lobby with the other men and argue about something seemingly important. So you're just gonna eavesdrop on these business secrets? Even if he's a rude boy, Please! Huh? Are there sound effects? I'm not hearing anything. I'm pressing all of my keys, but the game isn't letting me proceed? Hello? Oh god, I hope this auto-saves. Oh god, please let this auto-save. Please let this auto-save. Please, please, please. Load game. Oh, please. Okay, it auto-saves. Alright, let's try that again. Shipment of fabrics. This is the fast forward button, isn't it? It doesn't mark the text red. Alright, gonna have to keep clicking on my own then. Click, 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 click. Ah! I skipped past it. Log. There we are. I'm not sure what they're talking about. I can't understand what they're saying from here. He looks more dressed up than normal. His hair seems to be tidier. It almost looks like he's a competent adult who doesn't have this nasty habit of running his foul mouth all the time. I'm intrigued and grossed out at the same time. The men continue to discuss amongst themselves until one by one they start to leave, with their briefcases in hand. The last one shakes Neil's hand and leaves as well. Gross! There's a really smug look on Neil's face as he fixes his tie. I roll my eyes. He's probably so full of himself for closing some kind of deal right now. Alright. Close this. Maybe I should leave now before he notices me and starts to brag about it. So, I stand up from the chair, ready to escape. Oh my god, his hair! I'm sorry, it's the anime hair color combined with the super professional hairstyle. I cringe. Too late, I can't sneak off anymore. I noticed that the narration says that she cringes a lot. I feel like there are more words for that. But I mean, this was a passion project. So I can't really blame them. Well, I came here for a reason, so I guess I might as well get it over with. Neil! Neil runs a hand through his styled hair. He looks less smug now. In fact, he's a bit sheepish. Are you sure he looks less smug? Wow, Neil, you look so professional, handsome, loathsomely snake-like and absurd. Caught off guard, perhaps? Or perhaps he's remembering our last encounter where I fell on top of him. That event still leaves me feeling a little awkward. Do you like to spy on my meetings? I sure do! That implies you were actually saying something worthwhile that needed spying on. Neil waves his hand at me, dismissing what I said. Or perhaps you were captivated by my magnificent negotiating techniques and couldn't help but stop and stare in awe. Okay, I guess the awkward Neil from before has disappeared entirely because he went right back to the arrogant one. What does he want, a cookie? You're gross! I take it you closed some kind of important business deal? Yep, Neil is definitely not the mature adult I thought he was only moments ago. Neil looks at me with a knowing smirk, but doesn't reply. That actually kind of gets on my nerves. He won't tell me what he's so gleeful about. That's just annoying. Ah, whatever. I'm here for your blazer. I didn't have any way of contacting you, so I came here. Neil stretches out his hand, palms face up. Palms side up. Hand over your phone, he commands. I frown at him. Excuse me? He beckons at me with his hand, waiting for me to give him my phone. I mean, it's just to exchange numbers. But... do I want his number? I get his number, then I can send him cursed memes. Oh yes, I am handing over my phone. Oh, get ready, you've got a big storm coming. Hesitantly, I pull out my phone from my bag, and Neil immediately snatches it away. Hey, don't break it. Neil snorts at that. Right, because you have lots of experience with that. That doesn't even make sense, Neil. My cheeks turn red knowing he's right about that. He's not right, that doesn't even make sense. What in the world kind of fossil is this, he says, looking at my phone with an incredulous expression. This is ancient, I'm surprised it still runs. I mean, it still has buttons on it, like those senior mobile phones. Hey, flip phones are fashionable in Japan, got it? If you can't use a phone with buttons, then you can hand it back. In a few seconds, Neil's entered something on my phone, then presents it back to me. I take it and notice he created a new contact. His own name and presumably his phone number are written there. Ah yes, now time to scrawl it on a bathroom wall, saying to call there for a good time. I narrow my eyes at him, and quickly change his name to His Majesty in my contacts, before putting the phone back in my bag. Now you won't have to come and spy on me at my work, he says arrogantly. Like I wanted to spy on him. I mean, we kind of did. We could have just passed along a message. Look, I only wanted your opinion on these fabric swatches. I've got them with me. So hurry up and decide which one you want so I can finish your garment. I open my bag and show him the small sample of swatches I have with me. It's mostly just a lot of different variations of gray. Neil takes it and studies each sample with a pensive look. Now that he's all concentrated and stopped running off his mouth, he actually looks really mature again. Appearances can be deceiving. I wonder how old Neil is? He seems to be in his mid-20s, I think. Although when he's in this getup and looking serious, he looks like he's 30. Oh, that's not good. I feel myself starting to be impressed by his looks, not having seen him this mature before. After a while, Neil notices that I've been staring at him, and he looks up from the swatches. Quickly, I avert my eyes, a bit embarrassed he caught me staring. No, stare harder. Is this all you have? He says with an annoyed huff. Excuse me, princess. All of the most expensive dark gray fabrics available to me, yes? Perhaps expensive is only relative to you. These don't feel all that expensive to me. Ah, you can feel it, huh? I frown at him. Must he always criticize everything? Do you want a blazer made out of cashmere? Do you want a blazer made out of imported spider silk? Well, if it's not your taste, then... I try to grab the swatches back from him. Neil pulls it out of my reach with a little shake of his head. How dare you take advantage of how short I am? He then pulls out one of the samples, a shady dark gray with thick texture, and holds it up in front of my face. This one will do. Surprised that he's actually agreeing on one of the samples leaves me a bit stumped for words. Great. Neil places a hand on his hip and hands me back over the swatches. Anything else you needed? Yes. Let me just, hang on. I am getting my fists all warmed up and ready. Can you crouch down for a bit, Neil? Yeah, how old are you? It kind of flies right out of my mouth, and even Neil looks surprised at my question. I bite my lips hard and suddenly feel all flustered for voicing my thoughts. I didn't really want to say this out loud. Wait a second, Freya, you already know how old he is. Remember you exchanged ages back when you were 8? And he was 9, so he's like 1 year older than you? Neil composes himself and simply gives a small huff. Regardless of whether or not this information is relevant to the creation of a certain garment, I have to ask, is your memory broken? That's what I said! I simply blink at him, wondering what he's going on about. My memory? Seeing my confused face, he sighs. You really don't remember? You don't remember every single thing that we said to each other over 10 years ago? You asked me before when we were kids, he says in a soft voice. Right, memories. Suddenly I remember back when I asked him for his age, and he had said 8, which was a year older than me. That means present-day Neil must be 24 years old. Or 23 or 25, depending on the month. I look down with my hands in my lap, red-faced. Oh! No, I guess I forgot until now. I'm surprised you still remember, though. I don't forget things that are important to me. Oh? We were important to you? My eyes widen in surprise. Is he saying the memories he has of me are important? Am I important? Oh no, you are certainly not important. You should have figured that out by now. That means I won't forget about my watch. Of course it was about the watch. Is that everything you came to see me for? I am quite busy. Yes, don't let me keep you from going to meetings, or whatever he does at the hospital. Have a nice day, Freya. I will not. For once, an actual civilized conversation has taken place between us. I am almost bothered by it. If we're important to him, then does this makes up for all... Then that makes up for all the abuse. Doshio! I finally head home. Alright, blazer time. Back at the store, I rack my brain trying to think of what I need to do still to get this blazer finished. It shouldn't take long now. I think I can get it fitted by the end of the week. So, I decide to text Neil. Are you free on Saturday this weekend? It doesn't take long before I get an answer back. Ooh, texting on the job, are we? I have plans, but I can squeeze you in. Will you have finished the garment by then? It should be ready by then, so please reserve an hour from your time that day. Speaking of reservations, are you going to be busy next month? Why are we planning for next month? I'm wondering why Neil would ask me this. Maybe he's scheming something. It'll be October next month. I don't have anything planned yet. After that, Neil stopped texting me, and I'm left to wonder what he meant with that question. What did he mean by this? Oh, well, it's just Neil. Time to work on this blazer and get rid of him. I'm sure we definitely won't see him next month or anything like that. So, any special design request? None? Aww, I want a design. I want a design. The blazer is all but done now after pulling a few all-nighters this week. I've been texting back and forth with Neil. He's as insufferable in text as he is in person. And we decided on a date where he can come fit the blazer. I guess the most fun part out of this whole arrangement was when I woke him up with a text of mine asking him to remeasure his arm length at 2 a.m. in the morning, just because we could. He belittled me as expected, but actually gave me the measurements. Haha, sucker! I didn't really need those measurements, I just wanted to wake him up at an ungodly hour so that he could suffer with me, considering I've been staying up this late for a few days in a row. Good. Misery loves company after all. So, here I am, anxiously waiting for Neil to drop by after working hours. Finally, I get to be done with this guy. The bell rings and the door opens. Neil walks in, looking quite posh and self-assured. There's always this overconfident aura around him. Good evening, he greets me. I nod my head at him. Come with me to the back. I lead him to the sewing room so that I can fit and make any small adjustments to the blazer. Neil follows me quietly, but I can feel his eyes burn a hole in my back. It's uncomfortable. Speaking of uncomfortable, I wonder if he'll react the same way again like last time whenever I touched him, jerking away from me as if I'm something disgusting. I mentally shake my head. He's a weird one, but after today, it should all be over. I quickly grab the blazer that's prepped and hanging on the wall and head it over to Neil. In a deliberately slow move, Neil takes it over and inspects it with a hawk eye. He slides the fabric through his fingers, looks at the lining and the craftsmanship, and I start to feel pretty nervous about it all. To be honest, I'm preparing myself for his harsh words and criticism because I know that's exactly what he'll say. It's called negging, Freya. However, Neil doesn't say a word. He slides his arms into the sleeves and puts the blazer on. He turns to face the mirror and checks himself out, twisting his body from side to side to examine every angle. Oh? He looks quite dapper in the blazer. It suits him, but I can already see a few alterations I need to make. It's a bit too wide at the waist. Wait, is it really? I mean, I was thinking that it was, if anything, a bit too small. And, maybe make the sleeves a bit... Or actually, we didn't iron this before, right? Maybe it'll look better once it's ironed. I know it's Neil and all, and I shouldn't slave away for a guy like him, but it's against my principles to create sloppy garments. So, Neil sighs and closes his eyes for a bit. It's not anything remarkable, and it's a bit too wide at my waist. My cheeks are already glowing pink, and I can't help but glare at him, even though he's right about that last part. What a thankless man. But it's passable, decent enough to wear. Just a few small adjustments and people might actually compliment me for wearing it. I blinked at Neil. Was that a compliment? No, that was just a lack of an insult. I stare at him in shock, at a loss of words. Neil notices me staring at him and gives me an indignant huff. Freya, no. Oh no. He's already deteriorating your sense of what a compliment is. Well, are you going to continue to stand there and stare at me and all, or are you going to fix your mistakes? Oh, I'm going to fix my mistakes all right, Freya said, as she picked up a pair of sewing scissors. He quickly takes the blazer off and hands it over to me. Quit your whining, I'm doing this for free, I snap at him. I take the blazer and hop on over towards my sewing machine and start to narrow the waistline. It should be a quick adjustment, so it doesn't take long before I'm finished. The sound of the sewing machine's needle plucking down fills the room, and Neil is tapping his foot on the ground impatiently. Once I'm finished, I hand it over to him and he tries it on once more. Neil looks at himself in the mirror. Fit is a lot better now. Alright, this seems adequate enough, he says. I sigh in relief. I'm finished. Neil awkwardly fiddles with the cuffs of the blazer as if he doesn't know what to say at the moment, but then he finally does speak up. Someone might actually want to try and find out who the tailor is. At least its quality shouldn't put me to shame. He's going to advertise for us. To be honest, I hate the shoulders. Yeah, the shoulders are part of the reason why I thought that the sleeves were too large at first. I mean, I guess it's not incorrect, though. I look at him weirdly. Is this another compliment? I can't tell for sure. It's so awkwardly worded. Are you so worried about what people might think about you? Neil raises an eyebrow at me in the mirror, then shakes his head. I don't waste my time worrying on inconsequential issues like that. Your actions say otherwise, though. It's time for therapy, Neil. Neil definitely cares about what people think about him. Just look at how much he cares what a blazer should look like. Neil turns around to face me. No one has the time to be worrying about what the world thinks of them. They only really care about what a select few people have to say, says Neil in a low and serious voice. And you care so much about your parents? I'm a bit taken aback by his response, as it sounds mature and well thought out, and I hadn't expected that coming out of the mouth of Neil of all people. It actually makes me curious if he had someone in mind when he said that. So I look at him with curious eyes. I wonder who those people are. Does Neil even have anyone he cares about? Does he have parents? Does that mean you have a select few people whose opinion of you matters? Neil's cheeks flush a little bit with pink, but he turns his back on me to continue inspecting himself in the mirror. He doesn't say anything. As Neil is still checking himself out in the mirror, he speaks up. You know, I'll be at a party next month. People will be wearing the most beautiful costumes from all over the world. I'm sure even someone like you could learn something from seeing them. I bite on my lip and frown at him for changing the subject. What is he getting at here? And why are you telling me? I figured you'd be interested in a masquerade ball. What with you playing dress-up all the time? Neil shrugs nonchalantly as he finally steps away from the mirror. I make clothes, I don't play. Yeah, I am very insulted. He hand waves what I said, same thing. The disrespect! Then he leans down with his elbow onto my crafting table. Elbows off! Are you interested? Absolutely not! Interested in what? I roll my eyes at him. You don't have to act coy. I know even someone like you would love to be invited to a ball, no matter how low of a status they have. Just for that, absolutely not. My nostrils flare up in anger. Listen here, Neil. Under no circumstances am I interested. So I've got an invitation right here. Cool, I'm gonna throw it into a fire. Neil completely talks over me, which is exactly what you're looking for in a boy, and he takes something out of his back pocket. It's a cream-colored envelope. He shifts it between his fingers, looking smug and full of himself as always. Even you would be grateful to be invited to such a high-profile event. You could create your own costume and sew off your work. Neil even thinks that this is a favor. You should be thanking me for even thinking about giving you an invitation. How dare he talk about me like that? I take the envelope out of his hand and slam it on the counter. Who says I even want to attend? Don't just go ahead and make decisions for me. I'm going to burn this now. Neil looks taken aback, but then he shakes his head a little, and his arrogant face is back to normal. There's a lot of people, celebrities even, who show off their various designer costumes. I think it would be wise to accept this invitation if you want to make a name for yourself as a tailor there. It's an opportunity for you to create some connections. Neil, why did you pause there? Neil, are you trying to lead me down the path of corruption? He's got a point. If it's anything like he describes, people would be flaunting their costumes, and perhaps I could make a name for myself and snatch some celebrity as a client. No, we gotta stick to our roots. This isn't about the money, Freya. But I don't really want to admit this to Neil. My pride won't allow it. My eyes are focused on the envelope. I'm conflicted about it. I thought I was going to stop seeing Neil any longer, but now he's waving this invitation around my face that could definitely be good for my business. And he is definitely going to ask me to pay him back for it, right? I really don't know what to do. And what do you want in return? There's gotta be a catch. No way would Neil offer this to me for free. There's a sly smile on Neil's lips. Oh, don't tell me it's something like we need to be his date. I might give it to you if you beg. This is way beyond tsundere. I thought this would be like a shy tsundere type. The kind who acts arrogant, but as soon as you put up just a bit of resistance, he just melts. This is not that. This is straight up Ore-sama. Absolutely not. Immediately. Neil frowns, then takes the envelope from the counter and tucks it back into his pocket. Good. Very well then. I see that this invitation is not wanted. I'll enjoy going there by myself, showing off the best costume at the party, and feeling comfortable knowing you wouldn't be there to spill wine all over my outfit. My cheeks sting a little bit. I wouldn't. I guess I overstayed my welcome here. I thank you for this blazer. It's not much. Definitely not worth the price in return for my watch, but it will do. Enjoy your evening, Freya. That's Miss Fukunaga to you. Neil fixes the blazer by the collar, then walks out of my sewing room. I'm left there feeling frustrated. Finally, I thought I was rid of Neil, but then he dangles the shiny prize in front of me, asking me to beg for it. No way. I've still got my pride. Neil can go ahead and visit that ball all by himself. I'm not attending. I start to clean up my workplace, and a little while later my phone buzzes. I stop working and look at the phone. I've gotten a text message from His Majesty. He misses me already. Check your mail. Curious what he means, I quickly check out my email, and there's nothing new? I am confused, so I write back. Mail? There's nothing in my inbox. You can't be the staff to not realize I meant your actual mailbox outside of your store. Jeez. My cheeks flush in embarrassment. Quickly, I go to the front of my store and check out the mailbox. I can feel my heart skip a beat as I open the mailbox, and inside, it's a dead horse's head. There's a cream envelope inside. It's the invitation. I quickly open it and read it, unable to contain my curiosity. He went ahead and gave it anyway. Oh my god, he's just so desperate. There's an address to the venue on the back. I'm frowning at the invitation. Neil wanted to give it to me no matter what I said, and I wonder why. Why does he want me at the party? I can't imagine it's because he thinks we're friends or anything even remotely close to friendly with each other. But then why? Why invite me? Neil, there are other girls and boys. Yeah, but do any of them have our spirit? Because we're not like other girls. We're not like other girls. We don't like girly things. We have a dead grandma. We're an independent woman. Is it because he wants to show off his costume? I'm pretty sure he's got his own tailor that's making a costume for him. Perhaps he wants to rub it in my face that his is so much better than mine. Well, just you wait, Neil. I'll make a costume that'll dazzle you. Aw, still no custom design mission? Well, that's fine, I think. Well, with that loads of romantic chemistry, I think that I'll leave off for today. Wow. Neil really is different from what I was expecting. But, you know, he still gives the feeling that he'd be one of the more popular boys in this game. It sure has been a ride. Let's see, who can I raid right now? For a nice cleansing. Oh, Vivlio's playing FF14. Oh, thanks for the sip, Bad Luck Coon. I'll do it as soon as I end the stream. How can any of them be worse? No, I think it's just that some people really like the tsundere thing. You know, being like, I can change him. It's not his fault he's like this. Or like, it's the tension between two people who look like they don't like each other, but actually they really do. Oh yeah, Neil's archetype is supposed to be tsundere. I think Neil goes beyond tsundere. Yeah, so do I. But I think that's how he was listed. Yeah, there is no dere here. Maybe I should put together a little masquerade outfit just for next time. Because we do have a... Wait, where did the mask go? Ah, here it is. Yeah, then I'll make a little outfit based on this mask. But for now, I'm going to raid Biblioteca. And this has been your host, Freya Fukunaga, signing off. Raiding in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! And bye-bye!